Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the May 7th, 2019 very special Transition of Government edition of the Downers Grove Village Council. It is my distinct privilege to call this meeting to order for the last time, and want to let everyone know that if you haven't already done so, there are copies of our agenda on either side of the room. Please pick one up and you can follow along with tonight's proceedings. There will be multiple opportunities for public comment, both with respect to items that are on tonight's agenda, as well as not one but two segments for public comment of a general nature. And just as a reminder, we do have a twofer for you tonight. You're going to see two meetings, two public comments, two mayors, two councils. It's just too good. Part one will be the last meeting and adjournment of the current village council, which you see displayed before you right now. And then we are going to have an adjournment sine die, at which time we will swear in our new mayor and our new village council members and congratulate and celebrate them as they are seated and take the reins of the 2019 through 2021 village council. There will be opportunities for public comment, as mentioned, with respect to both of those segments, both under item 4 on our agenda, which is Star Wars 1, and then on item 12, public comments, which is Star Wars 2. So just now that everybody knows what's going on, and of course there will be reception following tonight's second meeting, or the second part of tonight's meeting. But first, I would like everyone to join us in our proud custom of reciting the Pledge of Allegiance before we call the roll. Please rise and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. And now I would like to ask our fine village clerk, April Holden, to please call the roll.
Commissioner Wallace? Here. Commissioner Earl?
Here.
Commissioner Waldeck?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Here.
Commissioner Jose?
Here.
Commissioner Barnett?
Here.
Mayor Tully?
Here. Thank you. That brings us to item 3, which pertains to minutes of prior council meetings. We have one set of minutes to approve tonight. Those are the minutes from our regular village council meeting of April 16th, 2019. If there are no changes, corrections, comments, or concerns, I would ask, please, for a motion to approve.
Bertoli, I move the council approve the meeting minutes from April 16, 2019 as presented.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes are approved. And just like that, we are at item 4, which is the first of two opportunities for public council, or for public comment. But the only one with respect to this council. The second public comment will be for the next and new council. So at this point in time, if there are any members of the audience that have any questions or comments of a general matter with respect to things that are not on tonight's agenda, we invite you to please come to the podium, tell us who you are, and we would welcome hearing from you. Any questions or comments of a general nature for the old council? All right, that's the way we like to go out. Appreciate it. Thank you. That brings us to item 5, which is the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Bertoli, I move the council approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments from any members of the audience with respect to any of the items on tonight's consent agenda? Questions or comments from members of the village council? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Waldeck?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. The consent agenda passes unanimously, and that brings us to item 6, which is our active agenda. We have no items on tonight's active agenda to clear the way for tonight's proceedings. That takes us to item 7, which is the mayor's report. And it is my honor to give my last mayor's report as mayor of the village of Downers Grove. But I want to remind people that we broke this into 2 parts. On April 16th, we had episode 1 of a 2-part miniseries, and tonight, May 7th, is episode 2. So previously, on your village council, on April 16th, we said goodbye to our departing commissioners, Commissioner Waldeck, Commissioner White, and myself, and many nice words were exchanged. We're not going to repeat that. Comments that were made, thanking the residents and thanking staff and so on and so forth, were, I think, there and well stated and available for review. Tonight is all about moving forward, looking forward, and focusing on the 2019 through 2021 Village Council. But if you think I don't have something to say about that, looking forward, you would be dead wrong. Part 2 is about congratulating the new Village Council, celebrating their being sworn in and being seated, and wishing them well in their service to the community. Just want to share a few fun facts with you about the 2019 through 2021 Village Council. First of all, it is a very diverse Village Council in terms of backgrounds and experience. We have people with backgrounds in engineering, law, healthcare, sales, education, ecology, and of course, as you'll see, a player to be named later. Collectively, this is the freshest Village Council we've had in a long time, and freshest was the best word I could come up with. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Of the new council, there are two brand new people, so obviously they have no experience up here yet. We don't know who the player to be named later is going to be, so I'll exclude that. Between Bob Barnett, Greg Jose, Marge Earl, and Nicole Wallace, they have 22 years of experience in the Village Council, which is a lot. But by contrast, the last council, which consisted of those who are up here right now, take those 22 years plus 16 for myself, 12 for Bill Waldak, and 4 for Bill White, and you had a council that collectively had 54 years of experience. So we're the old timers. We're glad to have some fresh voices. Another fun fact, regardless of the appointment, whoever the player to be named later is, a majority of the Village Council will still live south of the railroad tracks, which is important because we always heard issues about there's too much north side representation, and the reality is the majority of the Village Council will live south of the railroad tracks. Another fun fact, for the first time in 20 years, your 2019 through 2021 Village Council will have 3 female members on the council. That has not been the case in 20 years. So applaud yourselves. That was because of the voters. And last fun fact is that Mayor Robert T. Barnett wins the award of all time with the shortest distance from his house to Village Hall. He lives so close to Village Hall that I'm sure that he will be personally watching the construction of the new police station in Village Hall with a cup of coffee from his backyard. So congratulations on that. A few words of welcome and congratulations to our new and returning council members and our incoming mayor. First, Leslie Sadowski-Fugit. Really looking forward to the fresh perspectives that you bring. Your passions for environmental issues and stormwater will be very, very helpful to this council and future councils. So very excited to see you bring that perspective to bear. Be careful though, because you are a new commissioner who did not have previous experience on a board or commission, and also was I think the top vote getter in the election. Well, the last person that did that ended up being mayor for 8 years, so be careful. The precedent is there, but welcome and congratulations. Commissioner Rich Culvaney. You, in contrast, have a long history and a deep familiarity with Downers Grove, having grown up in town, going way back, and have served on a number of different boards and commissions, and years of service for not-for-profits as well as land use boards here in the village. And the only thing I have to say to you, in addition to welcome and congratulations, is, sir, I'm passing the historic preservation baton to you. For both of you, Leslie and Rich, I'm sure in your orientation materials you saw an organization chart for the village, and I want to share this point with the rest of the community because there's an organization chart that lays out all the different department heads and all the people that report to those department heads, and at the top is the village council and the mayor. But there's a box that's even higher than that on that org chart. And in that box it says something very important, the residents of Downers Grove. So congratulations, you've both been demoted. Ask questions. I know you both won't hesitate to do that. Hashing out ideas in the open air can prevent true disasters such as the ones that befell Theranos and Fry Festival CEOs, both of whom demanded absolute adherence to their visions and dismissed any attempts to question the efficacy of their ideas. As we know, they wound up with failed businesses and tarnished reputations. I know you will not make that mistake. Even on a smaller scale, a company that doesn't invite questions is destined to underperform. As leaders, you need to empower your team to ask the kind of questions that can move the venture forward. Let's move on to the returning commissioners, or the still here commissioners. Commissioner Marge Earl, your extensive land use planning knowledge and commitment to always improving yourself has been a real benefit to this council. Truly impressed by your always investing your own time to learn and expand your skill set and bring that to bear on both the council as well as the benefit of the community. You know well that decision making in this arena is not a science but an art, and I've always appreciated your conscientiousness. It's not easy to step up but you've done it several times for the benefit of the community, so thank you. Commissioner Nicole Wallace, arguably the most warm-hearted member of the Village Council, always bringing that personalized teacher's touch. Oh, by the way, happy National Nurses Week and happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Always bringing something personalized to the council. I don't know how many times on some holiday there was a little treat or a little something on our place when we got here on Tuesday nights, and that just screams Nicole Wallace, and that'll be always appreciated and deeply missed. I know I heard you have really tried to be independent and consider all views. You've been a quick learner. Frankly, I have no idea how you juggle everything you do. Work, children, family, this stuff, volunteer work, and still stay so chipper. It's infectious. Although I must say that after a day of handling children as a teacher, you must really feel at home dealing with politicians. Commissioner Greg Jose, I've always respected and appreciated your lawyer's critical and analytical eye, your reasoned, balanced view on many important issues. Your real-life experience from your professional life has been immeasurably helpful in a number of settings, and that's always been greatly helpful. And of course, you are by far the most sartorial member of the council. Mayor Bob Barnett, for you this is a natural extension of a long history of community service and even before government. On April 16th, you mentioned the park bench that you and I sat on before you first ran for trustee on Village Council, and we had a conversation at that time when I was leaving as a commissioner. I want to take it back even further in time. Many folks don't know that when Bob ran for office the first time, we trained or practiced for an upcoming debate in my living room, and went over debate tips and how he could do better at the forum. So Bob and I in politics go back a long time, and I'm glad to see that you're extending your streak. It's clearly to the benefit of the community. You are, sir, more aligned to this task than you know and you think, and I think that will show itself very soon. It's a big task, but you are more than up to it. You're deeply mindful, policy-oriented, and an innovative thinker, coming at things with a different viewpoint that oftentimes others haven't considered, and that's immeasurably valuable. You bring an engineer's eye to the challenges that lie ahead, which is important because another fun fact, this is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, since 1999 that the mayor of Downers Grove has not been a lawyer. So talk about change. Each person that holds this position shapes it, and you will make it your own. And I will leave you with the last comment that I like to use all the time, which is a quote from Carly Fiorina, CEO of Hewlett-Packard back in the day, about leadership. And she said that the highest calling of leadership is to challenge the status quo and unlock the potential of others. And I know you will do that. I want to thank all the families of every member of the existing and future Village Council for your contributions. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you are going to learn very soon what I'm talking about. We appreciate the sacrifices that you're making to allow these folks to do their jobs on behalf of the community. And on behalf of the community, I'm grateful for you sharing them with us and allowing us to do it. Just a few more things, don't worry. And then you'll never hear from me again, so it'll be fine. This new Village Council stands on the shoulders of those that have come before it, and they must now extend their reach to achieve new heights of success. I implore all of you to not rest on your laurels of past success, but to look to the future and take action now to prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. There will be disagreements, but working on reaching outcomes through consensus and dialogue rather than debate is far preferable. I know that you all working together, along with our fine village staff and the exceptional residents of our terrific community, that the 2019 through 2021 Village Council will write the next chapter of our village's great success story. And while we do have a little bit more things to do, it's my honor to pass this gavel. Oh, wait, one more thing. There are, in fact, just 44 days left until Rotary Grove Fest. I know it doesn't seem like it out there with the weather, but that's probably the most important thing I can say today. So with that, we will move to, well, before we actually go to item 8, which is the motion, calling for a motion to adjourn sine die, so we can get on to why you're all actually here. I want to take a moment to welcome a very special guest. As part of the swearing-in ceremony, we have Circuit Court Judge Anne-Celine O'Halloran Walsh here with us tonight. She was kind enough to come by and conduct the swearing-in of our new mayor, our new commissioners, and our returning commissioners. Anne-Celine, Judge Walsh, excuse me, as a neighbor, I have the habit of calling her Anne-Celine, is with the 18th Judicial Circuit Court and a Downers Grove resident, and we're honored and privileged to have you here tonight. So after we adjourn and we move some chairs around, Judge Walsh will conduct the swearing-in ceremony, but I want to make sure that we gave you a proper introduction, and thank you for being here. With that, we move to item 8, and I would ask for a motion to adjourn sine die.
Bertelli, I move the council adjourn sine die.
Second.
All in favor signify by, well, you know what? I think we need a roll call. It's the last roll call. What the heck? Roll call, please.
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Waldeck?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned sine die. Don't go anywhere. We're going to move some things around and get back to part 2 of the show. Thank you.
Call forward Mayor Robert T. Barnett.
Wait for everyone to come on up. Okay, go ahead and raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Robert T. Barnett,
having been elected to the office of mayor
having been elected to the office of mayor
in the village of Downers
in
Grove
the village of Downers Grove
in the county of DuPage,
in the county of DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of mayor
the duties of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, Commissioner Nicole Wallace.
Your beauties. Ready? Okay, go ahead and raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Nicole Wallace,
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
in the village of Downers Grove
in the village of Downers Grove
in the county of DuPage,
in the county of DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Commissioner
of the office of Commissioner
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner Leslie Sadowski Fugit.
Here she comes. Go ahead, step forward. Okay. Go ahead and raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Leslie Sadowski Fugit,
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
in the village of Downers Grove
in the village of Downers Grove
in the county of DuPage,
in the county of DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Commissioner
of the office of Commissioner
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner Rich Cullivaney.
Good evening. I state your name,
I, Richard J. Cullivaney,
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
in the village of Downers Grove
in the village of Downers Grove
in the county of
in the
DuPage,
county of DuPage,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Commissioner
of the office of Commissioner
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
April, call the roll.
Commissioner Cullivaney,
Here.
Commissioner Sadowski Fugit,
Here.
Commissioner Wallace,
Here.
Commissioner Earl,
Here.
Commissioner Jose,
Here.
Mayor Barnett.
Here. Hopefully, you've seen this. Copies over there of the agenda. Next is item 11, the mayor's report. I have a few words I'm going to read for the evening. It's not much of a report, but if you'll indulge me for just a moment. Thank you all for participating in this evening's council meeting. Community is why we're here, and I welcome your presence in person tonight and for those watching at home or planning to attend in the future. Thank you, Commissioners Waldeck and White, for your service to our community, and Mayor Tully for your leadership. Thanks, Doug. Congratulations to Commissioners Nicole Wallace, Leslie Sadowski Fugit, and Rich Cullivaney for choosing to serve and being elected with votes of confidence by our community. And to our colleagues, Greg Jose and Marge Earl, who remain committed in their service, I'm thankful we'll benefit from your experience and leadership. I'm looking forward to building and strengthening relationships that help us serve Downers Grove together. What makes our community truly great is us, all of us, each of you, each of us here, each of those watching at home. Together, we are our best investment as a community. A community that includes and values all its members is a community ready to engage challenges and address the unknowns we might face tomorrow. We are better when we work together. Thank you to everyone who participated as informed and engaged voters. As DeForest Soares is quoted in saying, "Voting is the foundational act that breathes life into the principle of consent of the governed." The more we're all involved, the better. The better we're able to serve and encourage everyone, make our community all it can be, and include those who don't feel as though they may have a stake or a voice in what we do. While campaigning and elections are challenging, they also offer opportunities for restarts and new beginnings. And so no matter who you voted for, please know your village council values you and values your input. Working together, residents, businesses, and staff alike, we can make decisions to benefit what's asked now and for decades to come. When I began my service on our village council 10 years ago, we talked about building a better future for our village and how we might weather economic uncertainty. Through the hard work of 2 different mayors, many council colleagues, village employees, and our residents who found innovative ways to serve our community, our village has done well, making frugal, prudent decisions. While we continue in those traditions, we can also create new ones and redefine what's needed for lasting change that improves our community long after we've served. I think we can all agree that's good. The ultimate goal for each of us is to leave things better than when we found them. I'll be the first to say that starts with me. That said, I look forward to leading a village that welcomes change and opportunity and chooses to engage, not avoid, difficult conversations. That way, together, we can better address challenges with honest assessments and focusing on what matters most, the people of our community. It's my goal to continue to ensure our local government is practical, real, and accessible, and that we provide quality services at a value that reflect the standards and priorities of our community. Thank you to all the friends and neighbors without whose help this would not be possible tonight. Thank you especially to my wife, Carrie, our children, Bobby, Anna, and Will, for their role in encouraging me and helping me find ways to fit service into how we work together as a family. I greatly appreciate your perspective and sacrifice. And thank you to my parents, Bob and Janet, for instilling me in a guiding resolve and faith, an interest in government that motivates me to do better, and the heart to serve. I look forward to the next 4 years. I'm humbled and grateful for the opportunity you've provided. Thank you all. Item 12, another round of public comments. Is there anybody that has anything to add to the evening? Step up to the microphone. And if not, you want to get to cake and coffee? Go ahead, please.
Hi, how are you?
Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is this where we spoil the party?
Sure,
Is it?
sure.
I mean, I can say what I came here for?
Absolutely.
Okay. My name is Preston Straub. I live on the south end of town. And we're part of the annexation that you did a few years ago. I serve on a condominium board down there. And we've had some interactions with the governing authorities in the village. There's some differences of opinions as to several items that are going on in the village. And the reason I'm here tonight is because I don't believe that what I'm running into is the spirit of this village. And I think there's some things that this board should be aware of. It's not nothing, all of that, bad. It's just some procedures. And with your permission, I would like to pass out a piece of code that I brought for each and every one of you that I think is not being I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is, but it's not being used. There's supposed to be a building board of appeals in this village to address certain things that are going on in the village. And unfortunately, I apologize for bringing this to you tonight on, at this occasion, but it just worked out this way. I did not know that, this was your inaugural ball. So, honest, I didn't, or I wouldn't have done it. I just learned it as I came to this building. I would have waited a week or two. But there's a procedure, if I may pass out each one of you. Can I do that? Is that
Hand it to, there, sure, they'll pass it around.
It's here. For a building board of appeals on differences of agreements. And I really don't want to get into the intricacies, is that the right word?
Sure.
Of all of the issues that are going on. What I was hoping is that possibly that as a follow-up that I could somehow present these issues either to the board, to the village manager, or what have you. But I just felt it necessary that I needed to come tonight and bring this to your attention. I will say this, that as I looked on your website and I saw, well, this is how we do things in the village, and I see some conflicts, and like I said, they're not big conflicts, they're just little things that I think need to be addressed. And the only reason, I don't want to be long-winded, but the only reason that I bring them to your attention is because I felt like I can't get them addressed any other way. And I was going to write a letter, I was advised to write the new letter to you, and I'm sorry I didn't do that. I felt like, hey, this is going to be the best and quickest way to get attention to this issue. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to try to wind it down, because I know you have things to do. When some challenges came up regarding this adopted code that's in the minutes that was adopted, I tried to exercise this particular procedure, okay? And you can look at it later. And I was informed that this board does not exist and hasn't existed in the village for years. So that's my concern that I bring to you, and unfortunately, I'm sorry to have to deliver this to you, but it has to come out, okay? It really does. I'm sorry to be the one to do it, but it needs to be addressed. It can't be, behind the closed doors anymore that, this is going on. And with the new board, in the words of the former mayor, challenge the status quo. Huh?
Okay, we appreciate you bringing it. Can you make sure to give the gentleman at the end of the table your contact information? So
I
that
will
so we can
certainly do
follow
that.
up and be in touch? We'll have to get ourselves up to
And
speed.
again, I apologize and congratulations to you all.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, moving on then to the manager's report.
No report, Mayor Barnett, thank you.
Well done, Dave. Council member reports. We'll start with the new colleagues. Rich?
It's a real honor for me to be serving here. I've been involved with the village mostly through my volunteer efforts. I did not take the decision to run lightly. Actually, I ran somewhat reluctantly because of my volunteer efforts, but I'm passionate about Downers Grove. I grew up here. I met Kathy, who stood up with me in Downers Grove South. We were high school sweethearts, and we've been now celebrating 46 years of marriage. We actually moved away from this village 3 times, and 3 times we moved back on purpose, because we found through our travels that Downers Grove is a special place. And I believe that a special place needs people like this who are willing to serve with honor and willing to serve diligently. And that's my promise to you, that passion for Downers Grove will be translated into good things. Mayor Tully and the other commissioners, thank you for your service. I'm not sure anyone recognizes, other than your family, the sacrifice you've made. And it was an extreme sacrifice, and you served honorably. You've left us in great condition, so thank you very much. Commissioners White and Waldeck, thank you for your service, because we knew that you had your hearts in it. So hold me accountable. I will listen to you. I will make my decisions objectively and keep an open mind, but I'm really here to serve you. Thank you so much.
Leslie?
Great. I'm so thrilled to be here. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to serve. I moved to this community in 2012. I'm originally from Ohio, and I'm so thankful that we moved to such a wonderful, caring, and intelligent and engaged community. We have no family here, so this community has welcomed us with open arms, and I just really wanted to be able to give back and serve. I think that all of us who are in this commissioner race ran very positive campaigns. We all have great professional and personal respect for one another, and I think that we are going to do an excellent job moving forward, as we have I'm sure we're going to have some difficult decisions. I've heard a few things about village facilities, so that may be on our plate coming soon, and I think that the way in which we interacted with one another will be a good starting point. To that regard, thank you to Mayor Tully and Commissioners Waldeck and White. Your dedication and the years that you have put into this community have not gone unnoticed by the community, and we appreciate all of your service. And of course, thank you to my husband Jason and daughter Maddie. It's been a huge sacrifice. she can finally see now why almost every evening I was telling her mommy was going to go meet with neighbors. And I'm so grateful that this was the result. So thank you again. And as we all know, democracy best functions with an active and engaged citizenry, and I think we really have that in Downers Grove. So I'm very excited to get started to work for the residents of the community.
Nicole?
Thank you, Mayor. Just very briefly, I'm extremely thrilled to serve again for the next 4 years. Congratulations to Rich and Leslie. I'm thrilled that we'll have the chance to work together. And a big, this is not goodbye, but a see you later to Commissioners White, Commissioner Waldeck, and Mayor Tully. Thank you, Mayor Barnett.
Marsh?
Thank you to Commissioners Waldeck, White, Mayor Tully. It's been a privilege to serve with you. Thank you to your families. Welcome to our new commissioners, and thank you for those of you returning, because it's a hard job, and to continue to serve is a privilege.
Greg?
Thank you, Mayor. Again, thank you to Mayor Tully, Commissioners Waldeck and White. Sounds like a broken record at this point, but really, thank you. Your dedication, your service to our community is really inspiring to everybody. It's been referenced already, the challenges that we'll face, but I know I'm eager to face them, and I'm eager to face them because of the team we have up here. I have every confidence that we will work together and work well and face the challenges ahead of us and come to the right solutions. So to Commissioner Sadowski-Fugit and Commissioner Cullivaney, welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends. Thank you, Mayor.
Please join us after the meeting. We're about ready to adjourn, but we're going to have a small reception in the committee room, which is out the doors on the left, or your right, down the hall a little bit. We hope you'll all stick around and celebrate this evening a little bit together. With that, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
Mayor Barnett, I move to adjourn.
Second.
April, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Cullivaney?
Aye.
Commissioner Sadowski-Fugit?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Mayor Barnett?
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.